this morning. We are off to Seaton this morning. It's 10 miles, it's past a severe and then strenuous. Let's see if we can do it.
And it's 7:30 in the morning and we're having breakfast on the bench. Here comes Helen, just been to the dustbin.
Practicing my parish walking.
Weirdo. I'm glad we started early because it's 5 to 8 now and it's a lot warmer than it was yesterday. So I think it's going to be a hot one. That's Sidmouth. That's Helen. That's a hill. That was a hot little climb. I was soaking wet an hour ago because I just got out of the shower and now I'm soaking wet again.
A whole mile uphill.
I hope that's the only one. There's another hill over there. That's nice. Hill number 2 done, and it's not even 9 o'clock.
I've got sweat running down my face.
Nice. Looks like 1, 2, 3 more coves, 3 more climbs that we can see.
Indeed.
We've not had a situation like this for a while, have we? Wonder if she's learnt anything. She's got her boots on, check. She's seen the little bridge of stones, check. By golly, I think she's got it. What's funny is we could have just walked round there, not bothered with the little bridge. Didn't even see it. Nice to have a bit of flat after all that climbing. I was talking to the camera.
Hi, mate. Oh, Lewis.
All right, mate.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Now I appear to have wandered into a running race. Well, I'm not running. They'll have to go round me. Well, the good news is we can get lunch or brunch down there. The bad news is there's another hill to go over. That's the news for the day. Happy with that? Nothing. So we've got our first view of Seaton there. And you won't be able to see this on camera, but I can see a row of about probably 60 beach huts. So I'll be very interested to see if they're proper beach huts or pavement sheds. So it only looks like a couple of miles to go and it's not even 12:30. We're staying in the Premier Inn tonight and they'll do an early check-in, which means we could be in the room by 1:30 and I could be tucked up and asleep by 2. It'd be like being on holiday. Helen just heard me say that to the camera. Apparently I'm not going to bed. Apparently we've got to go and have a look around the town. What a rubbish holiday. Last few steps to Seaton. Of course it couldn't be flat, could it? Well, I think we've got our answer on the sheds. It's 7:30 and we're just leaving Seaton and we're walking to Sea Town, 2 very different places. First climb of the day, just crossing another golf course. We've crossed a few golf courses on this walk and they've all got signs up telling you to beware of golf balls. Watch out for golf balls. Surely the sign should be warning the golfers to watch out for people. What am I supposed to do if there's a golf ball flying towards my head at 150 miles an hour? You all right back there?
All right.
The first 7 miles of this walk are through something called the Undercliff, which is basically an area, well, it's a nature reserve, which was created after cliff falls, uneven steps, uneven ground, falling rocks, mud flows, unstable cliff edges, hidden fissures. Well, this all sounds perfectly safe. You are now entering the Undercliff. Well, we've been going about an hour. I've just about had enough of this now. The guidebook said that some people will find this enchanting, whereas others will find it frustrating. Well, I'm in the latter camp. It's boring and the path's narrow, slow progress, nothing to see. And we've got about another 2 or 3 hours of this. Not my favourite bit. Is it your favourite bit?
It's quite enchanting.
She's taking the mick. She heard what I said. So this sign says that it will take approximately 3.5 to 4 hours to walk back to Seaton. We've just done it in 2 hours and 40 minutes. We are super fit hikers. Do you think we'll get a medal?
No.
We're just coming down into Lyme Regis now, which is where we're going to have some brunch. I've just shown Helen her entertainment for the afternoon, which is a climb up there and then a climb up that second one, which is the Golden Cap, which is the highest peak. I don't know if it's on the south coast of England or just on the south part of this walk. Anyway, it's quite high. And she's looking forward to that, aren't you?
Can't wait. Bring it on. Made it across the golf course in one piece.
Another golf course. Another golf course that said we had to be careful of flying golf balls. It's just occurred to me that we're now in Dorset. So that's Devon ticked off the list. We're nearly home. So just starting the first of those climbs that we saw from Lyme Regis. So first climb is done, just the Golden Cap to do.
We've got to get down this one first.
Oh, well, going down's easy. We're about 2/3 of the way up.
Nearly there.
That's it, Golden Cap done. There's nothing higher now between us and the end.
Thank the Lord.
There's still some quite big climbs though. And that's Seatown down there, little hamlet, which is our destination for the night. So we're just about to leave Seatown and we're supposed to be going to Abbotsbury this morning, but I had an email from the pub where we're staying to say that they've double booked the room and now they can't accommodate us. I mean, it's been booked for weeks. What are these people playing at? Anyway, fortunately we found somewhere else to stay, which is in a place called West Bexington, a little bit nearer, so it's going to be a short day today, only about 8 or 9 miles, so we can take our time.
Just got to get up this hill first.
Nearly at the top. Nice little view of Seatown down there, and Golden Cap, Lyme Regis, loads of other places that we've walked. I'd forgotten there's another hill there. That's quite a steep climb for this time in the morning, isn't it? Off you go then. I'm going to walk round the side here. I think there's an easier path. Of course there's not an easier path. There's never an easier path.
You, please.
She thinks I'm some sort of viewing robot. Is that enough for you?
Thank you. That looks all right for the rest of the walk, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, if that's not tempting fate, I don't know what is.
We are just coming into West Bay, and this Spider is where we're having our brunch this morning.
At the Spider? That doesn't make a lot of sense. I do apologise for the very unprofessional link to the brunch segment that you've just received. So we just stopped at this little cafe for some breakfast, and we were talking to one of the staff, and she informed us that the owners come from the Isle of Man, and we hadn't noticed, but it's actually called the Windy Corner Cafe, and it's full of TT memorabilia, which both Helen and I walked past without even spotting. Disappointing.
Very.
When we've sat down for a minute, you forget how to walk. Look. It takes a few paces to get your legs back in gear. We've left so many places walking like that. People must look at us and think, how the hell have they walked any distance whatsoever?
They forget.
So I've got a bit more livestock up here. Let's see if Helen can move them on, or if she waits for me. I think we know what's going to happen. Look at that, herding the little calves. So we're supposed to be walking along up the top of that cliff, but the path is closed because the cliff keeps falling down. So we get to go along this flat bit. I find amazing is you've got a site like that where that's obviously all just collapsed off there, but people are quite happy to sit under it. I mean, it's just stupid. Anything could fall off of there at any time. Honestly, some people have got no common sense, and they'd be the first to complain to the council if a bloody great rock fell on their head. Trudge, trudge, trudgity trudge. Trudging through the sand, trudging through the sand. Nearly there. That's West Bexington, and the hotel or the pub that we're staying at is one of these buildings. Just got to trudge along the beach for another 3/4 of a mile or so. Trudge, trudge, trudge.
What is this? It is raining. And it would be on the day that we've got to walk 15 miles. Where are we going today?
Weymouth.
We're not very happy this morning.
I've got used to it being sunny every day. Nobody ordered this. I don't think Helen will be getting many of her lovely view photos today. I guess today is the day we find out whether my boot repair is still waterproof. So that's Chesil Beach down there, which is basically a sort of spit of a beach. You can walk all the way along that to Weymouth, but it's hard going because it's all that shingly sand that we were on yesterday. And actually, I'm pretty sure it's closed at this time of the year for bird nesting season, which is a right result because I did not want to do that. I'd much rather be up here in the rain. I mean, obviously it's raining down there as well, but it won't be muddy and it's flat. Bit more farming. Helen's going first. She's not scared of sheep like she is cows. We're just walking down into Abbotsbury, which is where we were supposed to be staying last night until the hotel cancelled our reservation. And this is the only place today where we'll be able to get any food. So I'm hoping that something's open, because we have got nothing with us except for water. Here's the dump that cancelled our reservations yesterday. So if you're coming to Abbotsbury, don't go there. So it's raining quite heavily now, but the good news is we've just passed a sign and we've only got 10 miles to go. We also passed a bus stop, but apparently we're not allowed to get on a bus that would have had us into Weymouth in about 20 minutes.
Oh dear, someone's not very happy, are they?
No, someone is not very happy. Just walked in a massive puddle, and it would appear that my boots are no longer waterproof. So that's nice.
I'd just like to say that this is my least favourite section. Cow poo, a lot of it, and we're just walking around fields, endless fields.
About time somebody else had a bad day, isn't it? Only taken 6 weeks.
And a lot of rickety stiles. Oh. Ow.
That is rickety, actually. That one's really rickety. More fields, more mud, more cow crap. Haven't seen the sea for hours.
But it stopped raining.
It has stopped raining, but I don't think we could get any wetter even if it carried on. The reason we've had to go around all these fields is because the path winds inland to go around a nature reserve. So it's basically just to protect all the wildlife. So your options at this bit are either to trudge along Chesil Beach for about 1 billion miles, which is hard work and very slow going, or to do the diversion that we've done. So there's a better view of tomorrow's job, the Isle of Portland, round there and back round the other side. So just as we got within spitting distance of the sea again, the path's closed and it's bringing us back on another diversion through a caravan park and then a housing estate. So it looks like we're destined not to see the sea today. So we're just in Weymouth now, heading towards our hotel. And I think this is going to have been about 18 miles today. And I can feel every step. Even you're tired, aren't you?
I am.
So we're just walking across the bridge to the Isle of Portland, and because we haven't got rucksacks and all the rest of it, I forgot the camera. So I don't know how much footage we're going to get today because it's all going to have to be done on the phone, which is a bit of a pain in the neck compared to what we normally do.
But we will see what we can do.
And at least the sun's out today. We're nearly at Portland now. We've just walked about 1.5 miles along the road that connects it to Weymouth. And we're nearly there. And the first job will be to stop for some breakfast.
So, a brunch stop. Not a bad view. Back to the sea.
Nice view down there of the bottom of Portland and Weymouth in the distance, and Chesil Beach on the left, and a bit of wildlife in the middle. Oh no, it's Helen. This is so much easier without a heavy rucksack on. It's just such a shame that I'm so exhausted from the 18 miles yesterday.
Pretty, aren't you?
You've got hair like you.
Got better hair than me.
That's a concrete post you're trying to eat. And that's nearly half of Portland done. That's Portland Bill down there and the lighthouse. Just got to walk down to that and then back up the other side.
Portland Bill Lighthouse.
I've been joking about sheds on the beach for the last week or so. Well, Portland wins the prize because these really are sheds. And I think they are actually supposed to be beach huts. I mean, this is just weird. What is that all about? They're like allotment sheds, but people are sitting outside them doing beach stuff. This is a weird place, I don't like it.
So there's Weymouth back in the distance. We've just done a full circle. Have you got anything to say?
No.
Okay. Richard's a man of few words today. Morning. We're off to Lulworth Cove. It's 11 miles. And Richard's not got many words this morning.
Lulworth Cove is going to be one of the inlets that we can see over there. I'm not quite sure which one it is, and you won't be able to see it. So it's over there somewhere. Look at the concentration.
Stand there in front of me. Maybe to the side.
Would you like me to move the view?
And more. And more. There you go, in between Portland and Weymouth.
Just a small insight into what I've had to put up with for 6.5 weeks. Left a bit, right a bit, smile a bit, pull your tummy in, get the view. We're about 3 miles away from Lulworth now, and it's just gone 1 o'clock, so we should finish relatively early today, hopefully by about 2 to 3, which is good because we're going to need a rest, because tomorrow is going to be an absolute pig. So second to last day, it's going to be 20 miles or more, and the guidebook grades the first 8 miles as severe and the rest of it isn't much better. I am not looking forward to that one little bit.
So this is about the last view of Weymouth and Portland as we turn the corner.
Now that's what photography. Okay, I've got all this. Is that what you wanted? Oh. I think we got 2 of these before we get to Lulworth. And goodness knows how many after tomorrow. So there's Durdle Door down there. You can see the rock with the arch in it. And we've just got to go up and over that hill, and then Lulworth's just behind it, down the other side. And look at that big, nice, wide path up there. We must be in a tourist area, because they can't do the narrow paths, can they?
We're all on the beach.
You're panting quite a lot. Oh. There's a slightly better view of Durdle Door.
Looks like a dragon.
And Helen's just asked me if it's supposed to be a dragon.
I didn't mean
like
it like
someone's made it.
I didn't mean it like
Justify
that.
yourself to the camera.
I said it looks like a dragon.
She said, is it supposed to be a dragon? Bit more David Attenborough action. So we're just coming down into Lulworth Cove now, and it's 2:30. So that's a nice time to finish. And it doesn't look too busy. Normally this field on a weekend is full of cars all the way back, hundreds of them. So it's 7:30 and we're just leaving Lulworth Cove. It's just started raining, although hopefully it won't be raining for very long. And we've got 20 miles to do to Swanage. So that's nice. A few more rocky scrambles to start the day, just over that lot. Like that, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
I came up that way, I think. We're just crossing Lulworth Ranges now, which is a military firing range, although obviously they're not firing today. It's definitely worse going down the hill than climbing up it. Still walking across the ranges. Might be able to get a coffee in about a mile, hopefully. I think Helen saved the best hot chocolate till last, although she's demolished half of it now. But that was a massive Oreo hot chocolate.
The biscuit's fallen in.
Fallen in her mouth, I think she means. Yes, it is that windy. I'm sure this won't look like anything on the camera, but that's quite a steep hill. I've just about had enough of steps. Look at that, look.
200 up.
That was tough. I hate stairs. Helen counted those steps. 180 down, 220 up. So we got about 2/3 of the way along the coast path to where we need to be, and it's just getting too windy for it to be safe. We just spoke to the Coast Watch chap at Oldham Head, or St Aldham Head, or whatever it's called, and he said it's forecast to get windier, and he suggested an inland footpath that will take us to Swanage. So we've had to divert off the coast path for this last bit, but it's better to be safe. If anything happens to Helen, I imagine I'll get into a lot of trouble, so.
Yes, you will.
Although I expect I'd get in a lot more trouble if anything happened to Honey the dog. What do you think, Dave and Janice? So we're basically running parallel to the coast path now, but inland and out of the wind, so neither of us get blown off a cliff. Got about a mile to go, and I've just had a quick look at the pedometer app on my phone, and by the time we've finished, I'll have done over 50,000 steps today and nearly 300 flights of stairs. Why? There's our first view of Swanage, and in the background is the hill we'll have to climb over tomorrow morning, which will get us on the way to Poole and the end of the trail, and then it's all over.
So we were just leaving Swanage and we've got 7.5 miles to go. I'm sad.
So am I.
I'm really sad.
The pain is going to end soon. I think this could be our last climb, or our last significant climb. Anyway. That's Poole down there in the distance, and the tip of this bit is where the path ends, and then we get the ferry across to Sandbanks and onwards home. Helen and I were talking last night about the trip, and I was saying how a lot of it I've been in quite a bit of pain. Basically after sort of 2 or 3 hours in the morning, my Achilles and my heels start burning, and by the end of the day I can barely walk on them, but by the time I've rested overnight they've settled down and the cycle repeats. Anyway, I haven't moaned about it too much because I didn't want to spoil the trip for Helen, but I realised I've made a big mistake. Helen wasn't really appreciating how much it was hurting, so I need to start moaning more, a lot more, about everything. So I reckon we've got about another 3 miles to go, and then that's the end of the path, and we've done it. Although I suspect that Helen's going to say that we haven't done it because of those couple of sections that we had to miss out earlier on. But I worked out last night that we've done well over the 630 miles of walking, which is the official length of this path. So as far as I'm concerned, we've more than completed it. And if anyone's got a problem with that, feel free to email me at icouldn'tcareless@gmail.com. Oh, hang on a minute, Helen. I just realised I think I left one of my phone chargers in Minehead. I'm going back.
I'll come with you. Let's go.
No chance. How could we not finish without a few more pavement sheds? These ones are on the beach though, so I suppose that's something. Dave, it's taken me 629 miles, but I finally found a bit of this walk that you'd enjoy. Look! If anyone wants to buy a pair of lightly used walking boots, let me know. I mean, they're immaculate. They're like new, really. And that blue marker marks the end. That's it, done. And I got here first, so I won. Well, you came second. Well done. Just get the ferry to Portland home. Why are you still watching? That's it, done. Go back to your lives. We're finished.